Jacob, calm down. We're connected. Are we connected?
All of them, I think.
For all of the people. I'm very thrown off because you've handed me an iPod Mini from 2007 to host this show. Hello, YouTube. Drew Franklin here, speaking in an iPod Shuffle. Brandon Ramsey, big roster here. Jack Pilgrim, Zack Geoghegan, Jacob Polacheck, Steven behind the camera. That's 6 of us. We're here celebrating Kentucky's win over Texas. 4th straight win for all of you all keeping score there at home. Cats getting hot. So hot that they didn't even trail in the first half. Whoa. Fun game tonight. 85-80. Cats win. Rapid reaction here. We're indoors because there's a snowmageddon outside. We're not on the property. We're in the Hyatt, so none of that nonsense. Shout out Hyatt. And shout out Friends of Coal, our title sponsor here. We like Friends of Coal. FriendsofCoalKentucky.org. Check them out for all the benefits of coal, what they can do for the state, maybe beyond the state, what they can do for you. He likes coal. See? Coal keeps the lights on. That guy likes coal. And we like when Kentucky wins basketball games, Jack Pilgrim. A little close in the beginning, but after Kentucky's last few games, being tied at halftime, even at home, is great. We just knew they'd put them away in the second half. Your stars, Colin Chandler, 14 second-half points, 18 for the game. Aberdeen passed him there at the end with a free throw to steal the game-high score. He had 19. Oway with 18. Cats moving on. You were in Tennessee for that one. How did it feel to just see them play more of a complete game and not have to really sweat it out like you did down in Knoxville?
Yet somehow they still did find a way to make us sweat it out at the very end. Because, that's just what this team does. But I will never complain for winning. I will never I would rather be where we were at halftime to get us to the finish line the way, it was a more complete game. Mark Pope said that was the goal. He didn't know what the answer was going to be, but I appreciate that it was a 40-minute effort all around. How about Colin Chandler woke up this morning unable to even participate in shoot-around, deathly ill, and he goes out there and has his best performance as a Kentucky Wildcat. Unbelievable effort.
Deathly. He's on his deathbed this morning.
Is that bad? Yeah. I hope he's all right.
But for him, and it was a tale of two halves for him. I like how the first half it was all about defense and effort and attacking the glass and all the other stuff, and then the second half it was, hey, I'm going to ball out, I'm going to go nuclear for 14 points, and he was unbelievable. I love Colin Chandler, Denzel Aberdeen taking the game over at the very end, knocking down free throws. 20. What did we decide? 21 or 23 at the line.
For Kentucky?
Yeah.
30 of 35.
30 of 35. Yeah. Unbelievable. I was remembering the stat that you told me in real time. But unbelievable effort at the free throw line. But those are my 2 game MVPs, Colin Chandler and the free throw line.
Beautiful. Zach's got to get to Mark Pope. Zach, just talk, man. Tell us things.
All right, I'm going to try and formulate all my thoughts together. Jack touched on Colin Chandler. That was a great game from him. 3 straight games now where he's played really, really well, especially down the end there. He had 14 second-half points. At one point, he had 14 of Kentucky's last 15 points, kind of in that stretch where they were able to build the double-digit lead there. Great game from him overall. There was a point where they were just – Mark Pope was spamming Zoom action with Colin Chandler and just saying, okay, however we can get you free and get you coming off screens, we're going to have that happen. Shout out to my guy over there, Brandon Ramsey, with Zoom action. So awesome stuff from him. Mo Diabate made a handful of game-altering plays down the stretch there just from his effort. So I loved what we saw from him there. He was able to get an extra couple of possessions for Kentucky and close a couple of possessions for Texas. So awesome rebounding effort from him there. He had a couple of free throws as well. But yeah, Kentucky, 30 of 35 from the free throw line. Has to be their best free throw game of the entire season. Doing that against the nation's #1 free throw shooting team, who only went 18 of 25 or 18 of 20.
Is this the best free throw shooting game of all time? Both teams shot well.
It's pretty close, for a college game, absolutely.
Young Childs will take credit for that.
Dalen Swain had 29 points. It didn't really matter. Kentucky was able to kind of shut off everyone else except for the guy who had the hairline, which I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll let everyone else talk about him while I'm gone, so I'm not implicated on anything. But Malachi Moreno stuffed the stat sheet. I was really hoping he had 5 steals to try and get the 5x5, but he ended up having, 8 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, 5 blocks. Off the dome right there. Shout out to Malachi. Great game from him. They were able to hold Matas, whatever his last name is. What did he have? 15 points, 5 of 14 shooting for him. So just a great effort, great second-half effort from Kentucky. And be able to hit all their free throws down the stretch, like Jack said, made it a little bit sweaty down the end there, but they closed it out. 4 straight wins. And, Jack, we can now finally say the stat. First 4-game SEC win streak in the Mark Pope era. And with that,
don't drop that. We just got it. This is straight from 2007. They don't have many more of these left. Tell Mark Pope we said hello. Since he brought it up, I have 2 Texas complaints. Then we'll brag more on UK and let these other guys speak. Weaver, if he had dunked again, I was leaving. How did that guy get 3 dunks? I didn't think he would have 1 dunk, and he just kept dunking.
5'7".
He just kept dunking. How was he allowed those dunks? And the big guy whose name I won't pronounce.
Montezuma.
Yes, Montezuma. That dude was holding Marino all night. Pope was yelling it. Marino was going to the refs. And whenever he wouldn't hold, he would turn to the ref and complain that he wasn't able to hold. I don't like that guy. Go back, watch the tape. He does some funny business, and when he doesn't get his way, he pouts. Didn't like it. He did have a big game, though. Marino played well. Garrison, I liked when Garrison was on him. Garrison would give him a little extracurricular. You know the Brandon Garrison move. Chip you up a little bit. But those two I had problems with. Weaver, just because he was dunking more than I thought he should have. And Big Guy, when he wasn't pulling, he was crying a lot. Glad they're going home with a loss. Brandon Ramsey, you're also happy. Shout out Zoom Action, by the way.
Thank you.
What are your big takeaways from the game? You can hold the thing.
I'll take the shuffle.
Yeah.
Couple of things. I thought we saw some good adjustments in the second half for Kentucky to get less mid-range shots, a little bit more at the rim, and some more from the three-point line. Thought we started setting the ball screens a little bit higher, a little bit more flat, so there was more room to play, and that's kind of the nerdy X's and O's takeaway from the game. But then there are a couple other things. We've obviously mentioned the free throw shooting, but the rebounding in the second half took a big jump as well. Texas was 42.1% on the offensive glass in the first half. They're 15th in the country in offensive rebounding percentage. In the second half, we held them under 30% on the offensive glass. That's a big reason why they got to 40 in the first half. Obviously, they ended up scoring 40 again in the second half, but Kentucky was able to find a way. And to me, that's what this game was going to be all about. You had to prove that it wasn't just luck that you beat LSU. It wasn't just luck that you beat Tennessee, even though they were slightly lucky outcomes. You come home, you take care of business in a game like this. That was huge. But I thought even though the first half was better, you still saw second half adjustments and second half improvements from Kentucky. That's obviously how you're going to put this together as the season goes on. You want to have better first halves, as we did tonight, but then still improve and get better in the second half to win games. Kentucky found a way tonight.
Jacob, how much snow are we getting tonight? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Drew. How's it going?
How you doing, bud?
I'm just going to brag, all right? Because I said that Kentucky was going to play a complete game. They played a complete game. I said Malachi Moreno was going to be your game MVP. I know some people might say Colin Chandler. Malachi was awesome. He had, I think, 6 assists, 5 blocks, something like that. So he was your game MVP, despite what anyone else says. And
how about you make it the Parlor Pizza Player of the game? If
he was. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Are you officially naming him the Parlor Pizza Player of the game?
I've never named him.
You have the power.
Okay. Wow, I'm really excited. I'm nervous. Malachi Moreno is your Parlor Pizza Player of the game. Oh, my God.
Check him out.
I did it.
Harrisburg Road.
Also, this is called a beanie, not a toboggan. Thank you.
Okay.
It's been a big debate.
Yeah.
Been a big debate. Good crowd tonight. You know, I was a little worried with the Snowmageddon coming. Hadn't hit us yet. They're all right. Not our fastball, up where we sit. Still some empty, but I thought the crowd was good. Wandale Robinson had a little moment there. Had a few celebrity sightings. Any other fun from the game?
It's not
we didn't
fun.
Have a why,
it's actually,
did we?
We did not. I thought Wandale would be the why. I don't know why they didn't introduce him. They just got him on the Jumbotron. Come on. Travis Ford. They just keep showing these guys on the Jumbotron. Let's show them some real love. We have to address the bad news of tonight.
Oh, Skip. Sorry, that's on me. Bad host.
Big old stinker because Cam Williams was playing very, very good basketball, scored Kentucky's first 4 of 6 points in the second half, and unfortunately goes down with a foot injury. I just kind of had that same Kirk Kriisa vibe where it was a non-contact, and you see him immediately go straight to the locker room, and you're like, don't love the vibe of that, and just kind of let the air out of the building a little bit. So I did not love how he never came out of the locker room and then was immediately ruled out for the game instead of a questionable or something like that. So right when we're starting to get some type of lineup continuity with Jaden, whatever is going on with him, and Jalen out for the year, we have 3 full games of lineup continuity. Now Cam Williams out for however long that's going to be. Hopefully the news that we hear from Mark Pope is somewhat positive.
Yeah, hopefully Zack is uncovering that right now.
Sucks.
That sucks indeed. Did we ever get a replay that showed it? I know we were at the game.
Yeah, I watched it. It was total non. He came down on player's heel. But it was definitely, he's shown.
What are you doing? Oh, yeah, we were matching shoes. Why you got to embarrass us? Nobody knew we had on matching shoes till you did that. Now you're doing it again. Up here, Steven.
My eyes are up here.
Up here.
Gosh. But yeah, I just feel sick for Cam. I hope that it looks way worse than it actually was. But I'm a big Cam Williams fan. He has been so valuable for this team on both ends of the floor that you really want to hear some good news from Mark Pope here in minutes.
I'll say some positive things after that. Not on Cam Williams. I don't know the news on that. I will admit I thought there was a little bit of false belief in Denzel Aberdeen turning the corner. Not to downplay what he did, but sometimes guys just get hot in a week. I was worried that 2-game road swing with the miraculous wins might have been a little bit of fool's gold. Sorry, I'm saying it out loud. Played another great game tonight. Maybe he has actually turned a corner. And then Colin Chandler. good early in the year, got inconsistent, felt like he lost his confidence. He just kept sticking his tongue out tonight. Whatever confidence he lost,
It's a Jordan game. It's a flu game. Why would he not stick his tongue out?
Exactly. He hit a big three in big dude's face, and it's just the whole way down the court. He did that multiple times. The two-handed dunk, everyone gets the tongue. I don't know if the camera caught it. He did it right in front of the camera there. Big tongue game for Colin Chandler.
I want to be like Colin.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. Not going to do that. You
Like
mentioned him
Colin.
being sick. Wasn't always sick before his big game?
And then before that, it was Mo and,
See,
and
maybe
Brandon
there's
Garrison.
something to this. Maybe there's something to this. Let's throw the hand sanitizer away. Get it out of the lodge. We're going to get out of here, though. Fun night. 4th straight win. Cats win 85-80. Beating Texas. Get them out of here. Texas had some big wins. Cats defended home court. Right in the mix in the SEC. It's all clumped up right there together, and the Cats are right in the middle of the pack. We're feeling good about the future. Guys are turning corners. The team's turning the corner. We didn't need a second-half comeback. And on Saturday, we got a little Travis Perry homecoming. Anybody worried about TP coming back to Kentucky? Or Ole Miss in general, Chris Beard? No, we're going to keep this rolling is what we're going to say. We're going to make it 5. We'll be back then, assuming there's not 50 feet of snow on the ground. We'll be back anyway. Maybe
Do you think, will the game is there any chance the games get canceled or postponed?
There's this thing called television, and they will put 10 people in this building and no one else and make sure it gets on TV.
All right.
We've had some bad weather games. I thought they could cancel. No, people still trot in here. So
There was a fan in the upper level that we were talking about Snowmageddon. I said, I hope we're able to get here on Saturday. She said, oh, I'm getting here on Saturday. I was like,
well, I'll tell
right.
you,
All right.
what is it, noon ESPN? Yeah, ESPN's going to make sure that at least 10 people are here with a basketball on Saturday. But seriously, be careful, it gets bad. I don't know the latest. We got wide reports, but it is supposed to be bad here in Kentucky. We'll be back regardless. Saturday, noon, Ole Miss, making it 5 in a row. But for right now, we're celebrating 4 in a row. And Friends of Cold, we celebrate them. Go Cats, 85-80, Cats.